Despite immense pressure from Tamil groups to vote against Sri Lanka at the UNHRC meet in Geneva, India continues to maintain suspense over its position. Meanwhile, the Tamil parties step up pressure on the government to vote in favour of a resolution that condemns Colombo for war crimes against Tamils.
The government's position on Sri Lanka was made clear by the Prime Minister yesterday during the President's address. We continue to be engaged with the issue, but as these matters have diplomatic implications, so obviously government is very careful in articulating its position after considering whatever papers are put before an international forum.
India cannot remain as a mixed spectator and leave it to US or somebody else to bring the draft and decide among themselves. Then India will react to it. This is not expected from India. India keeping its stature in the international arena, keeping its ambition to become the permanent member of the UN Security Council, India must play a proactive role. India should demand impartial international investigations into the horrendous war crimes and human rights violations which took place in Sri Lanka, and India should vote against Sri Lanka on the resolution which is going to be taken up in the UN Human Rights Council meeting at Geneva.
Our correspondent Vikram Gopinath is joining us on the top story. Vikram, the only question here, we have the UNHRC report with us. What stand is India planning to take?
Well, as the Prime Minister made a statement in the Parliament yesterday where he was evasive on whether India will take a stand on this whole resolution that's likely to be passed by the US and the upcoming vote in Geneva, political parties from Tamil Nadu want the centre to come up with a strong stand, a clear-cut stand well before the vote. The Prime Minister was definitely evasive. He clearly said that he will wait till the US's resolution is drafted first and it's finally placed in the Council in Geneva, and only then will India take a stand. But that's not good enough, say, the political parties like the DMK and the ADMK. The DMK, of course, raising it up in the issue in the Parliament right now. The Parliamentary Party leader, T.R. Balu, speaking in the Lok Sabha, demanding that India takes a clear stand, considering that it has definitely got a stronger voice, and they have been taking up this issue in the past as well. And so India should be taking a stronger stand against Sri Lanka at the earliest, considering there were several allegations of war crimes. It needs to be interrogated, investigated, and the Geneva Forum is one of the best forums where they feel that it can embarrass Sri Lanka, and hence political parties are demanding the centre to come up with a stand. But remember, India did take an anti-Lanka stand the last year when the resolution had come up, and hence political parties are hoping that if they apply pressure on the centre, then India will continue to take an anti-Lanka stand in the upcoming vote. That's what they're hoping for, but they want a clear-cut stand well before the vote takes place. That's about it. As of now.
Vikram, also at this point of time, you are saying that a stand is needed to be taken, but the question's also being said, what are the important views that have been raised in the UNHRC report?
Well, on the sidelines of the council session that's been going on, which started on the 25th of February, it will end on the 22nd. There are several reports that are being placed by several countries. One of the reports is the UNHRC report itself. In the past 1 year, several officials from the Human Rights Council did visit Sri Lanka. They have prepared a document, an official report on the past 1 year, an annual report actually, on what exactly the situation is there in Sri Lanka and how much has Sri Lanka has performed in the past 1 year. In this report, they clearly say that though it has been satisfactory to an extent, but there have been several questions still remain unanswered, like extrajudicial killings or disappearances of people. So these are questions that have been raised in this report, which is dated about 11 February 2013 when it was placed in the Council. Now this, apart from several other documentaries that are being shown in the sidelines of Geneva, is likely to apply pressure on the Sri Lankan government to come up with a clear-cut stand, to come out with a clear answer on that they will actually probe into the allegations of war crimes. So this is another pressure tactic, but this, of course, this report definitely holds good. say activists over there, they clearly say that this will definitely apply pressure on Sri Lanka to come out clean on the questions that are being raised on the alleged war crimes. So that is what this report clearly says. This is an 18-page report which clearly details out about the actions that Sri Lanka had taken in the past 1 year and the recommendations that the UNHRC has given to the Sri Lankan government to fulfill in the period of time. Back to you.
I have asked a particular question. Whatever Dr. Liason has asked, Madam Navin Pillai has also asked. What was that question? The question they asked was, Dr. Stalin, you came all the way from India against nature, against the Sandy cyclone, which has almost eradicated New York. Amidst against the nature, you came. We appreciate. But at the same time, what is your government's view? What is the view of Dr. Manmohan Singh? What government of India thinks as far as Sri Lankan Tamil issue is concerned? Please tell me. The same question was asked by Navin Pillai also. Somewhat it was an embarrassing question for both of us.